Hey love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you've been watching my video for a while, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to do another video. And if you feel like you can really resonate with the, the content of the videos, please, give a thumbs up and share. I'll greatly be appreciated. Sending so much love, light, energy, whatever you need to just keep you in emotional stillness, in your complete, calmness. Stay focused on your goals, not worrying about the stuff that's going on around you. Sending so much beautiful energy for you to just stay focused. And anybody's coming in with nefarious vibes, y'all already know. I rebuke it, turn it back to sender, 10 million times fold. Set mine sending you with blessings to ultimate healing, because you need that. Okay, and the video I'm doing today, it's just like, I'm doing freestyle. I wasn't thinking about doing no videos. I haven't did any videos in about a month, and lately I've been doing the same thing. If I haven't really had anything to really say, I just don't want to be on here just wasting my time as well as other people's time. I want to be able to say something I can really feel like, okay, there's the collective is really going through different things right now. You're going after spiritual awakening after spiritual awakening after spiritual awakening, and it's like now it'll be certain things that we probably took personal when you were going through different things, and then when you sat back, because it's like all the different retrogrades and stuff is taking on, it's just basically doing a recap of the last things that you were going through. Things that was just like ish was hitting the fan, like back to back to back. You're trying to release, you're trying to cut cords, you're trying to let go of anything that no longer serves you, or is it where it's keeping you in a stagnated vibe. And it had to be at that point where we're seeing it was our thought process, the people that we chose to stay connected with, not believing in ourselves, not really seeing a better perspective out of different things that we're going through. A lot of times you got to remind yourself these things are not happening to you, it's happening for you. And a lot of times it's so hard to be able to say that without rolling my eyes or hearing somebody else say it. I say you speak for yourself. I'm going through so many different things in my life that blah 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 blah, but it's just not neither here nor there. But it's just like me being able to use that as a tool. Like you really going through some stuff that you try to understand, how the hell am I going to be able to overcome this? How am I going to be able to digest what I'm finally knowing about myself, about the truth of myself? Because it's just a lot of times, a lot of us within the situation, we lived a life of a lie, of an illusion, or it was certain things that we had to believe about ourselves, about the people we were around, our family. And we there's a lot of things that we normalized that it should no longer be normalized. So you're going through these different spiritual awakenings, and this is a video that was basically being guided towards you to be able to see that just is confirmation. It's like you've been needing a sign, that this is the sign. You're going through a lot of different things where you're seeing the true value of yourself when it connects to different frequencies, different energies. You're changing even the way you eat, what you're watching. I noticed that lately, because anytime y'all watch my videos, y'all know I watch a lot of horror movies, or I watch a lot of crime, investigative stories. Like I love Kimberly Elise, that chapter, what's her name, Kendall Ray, Eleanor Neal, and what's the other, what's the redhead name? I love her voice. It's like such a common voice. What is her name? Oh man, I know it's something McKenzie. I forgot that child's name. Brooke McKenzie, I think that's what her name is. But I started looking at more things that bring happiness to my life. Like, seeing people help other people out on the street, or, people are saving animals and stuff like that. I'll be sitting here boo-hooing and stuff like that. You're starting to see where your heart chakra is being a lot more sensitive than it usually is. It's like you don't want to deal with injustice, things that is very unjust. Basically, I can see different stuff on the timeline that I used to watch, and then I'll put it on now, and I'll say, no way in hell I'm about to watch this. This is just too much drama. And it'll be like, oh God, what is this about? And then we just, oh, okay, this ain't for me. And you start to notice that your changes, your priorities and things that you choose to deal with and choose to tolerate, it is having that big change. And so it'll be just like when you sit back and just think about all the things you went through, and it's like, you've been with me for a while, it will be just like the universe is like, we need you to speak on these different things. So I'm just like, I'm trying to allow myself to heal from this. I'm not trying to bring this stuff up, but it's just like there's so many different things that goes on into your life. You'll be amazed at how many people can truly resonate with the things that you're trying to overcome. You're trying to, deal with grief. You're trying to grieve. You're going through a grieving process because the old you is trying to fight to stay up. Okay, and it's like that new you is like, you've been in this rut for so long. You've been around people that didn't value you. They made you question your own worth within yourself. This is at that time where, like toxic relationships or relationships that's in your life, it don't matter who it is. It played its expiration, like it's already expired, where you're starting to see, like, it could be a person you spoke to every day. It'll be all of a sudden it's like you feel like it's forced now if you start talking to different things. And it's just like universe is telling you, if you feel like it's forced for you to have to talk to somebody, you need to just not do that, because this is something where you're in a life right now where everything should be very organic. It should be able to flow within itself, and you're going through these different things, and it's like there's some peace that's coming in your life, and it's scary, because things start getting more peaceful, even if your circumstances has not yet fully blossomed into that huge change yet. It's like your life is flowing in that way where you're starting to understand why you had to go through. You had to understand why God made you wait so long. You're starting to see different things about, you're wondering, are the people that I'm around, are these my friends? Are these people that are, is going to be a season, or this is something that I need to learn? And it'll be at that point, it's just like being open to that connection, but just don't, tell them your whole life story and stuff like that. I had to learn to not do that. As empaths, we usually have people come up and just tell us our life story, and you're like, I don't even know these people. Why are they telling me this? Why do they feel so comfortable being able to tell me that? And it'll be those different things that you just didn't know why, but you carry that spirit that person needs. Or it'll be a situation where you needed it at that time. Maybe you're going through different things unsubconsciously that you were doing, and you had to be able to connect with somebody that's doing, you could be in that low vibration and don't realize it, because there's a lot of times we have gone through so many different things in our life that is so tragic, it's so low vibrational, it's so karmic, it's codependent, all toxic, that we normalize that stuff. Well, when stuff is starting to get a little bit lighter, or even you're starting to deal with things a certain way that you weren't able to deal with them before. Like now you're starting to put more patience in things that really will make you lose your mind. Like there'll be different things that people were assigned to you, even your haters, your karmics. These are the different things where you will start seeing them instead of being a burden or a headache, but they were a blessing in disguise for you. And I really see that with people that are trying to forcibly keep themselves binded to me, when it's just like I'm trying to cut that off. Thinking more now of not being upset about things that I can't change about other people, but allowing myself to say, this ain't personal, but you moving on is a very spiritual thing. And it's just like, I feel like that's personal too, because it's at that point, if it's like you're trying to be authentic with something that is still comfortable wearing a mask, and you can't do that. You want to be authentic with people that are not being authentic with you. But now it's just like, and so when universe and God start seeing that, they start sending subtle hints like, this is, been through this experience long enough. Now it's time to part ways with that lesson that you needed to learn from these people, even if it brought down a lot of tragedy in your life. But then it's like it gets to that point in your life, like, dag, if I didn't, you had to go through some things that was really hurtful. Like, you could be a very kind-hearted person, like you give with all your heart. And a lot of times it's like that's a gift, but that's also, it can be a burden too, because there's a lot of times when people can peg out somebody that's willing to give and give and give, or be that person that will go all the way out just to show you, hey, I'm that good person, I'm that good person. But now it's at that point in life where you done had enough experiences as well. People should notice your worth when they first see you. Your energy is something that is very nurturing, that makes you want to do better. Like, I need this type of energy in my life. They're very, they go through different things. They trip, they fall, they fail, they lose, but they also win. They're very successful. They're overcoming. They're appreciating those down times. They're taking them L's like a G. But just being able to know this wasn't a setback. This is just redirection. And you're going through different things where you might have been mad. Somebody blocked something on you, or people are trying to do different things because you want to be at the top with people that don't want to see you at the top. They don't. There'll be some people you want to take with you, but then you had to really see them for who they are. You had to go through the darkest moment of your life to see who is going to remain true to you, because anybody can be around you and kiki and ha ha when everything is good, but when you start going through some low balling stuff, like you really needed some help, you need to go towards somebody else or somebody's house just to get lay down on a bed or something like that, because you about to get out, or getting put out, or you going through some stuff at your own home where you just tired of dealing with it and just want a safe haven just to run to for a couple of days or whatever, or you need that. You had to be in this point in life where life had to be very uncomfortable for you, because it felt like anybody who was physically near me, when I start really seeing a lot of different things, and it's not like you're trying to be judgmental, but you start seeing a lot of toxic things, and it had to be at that point where you had to go through a struggle. It had to be why every time I connect with somebody around me, it end up being some kind of toxic, some kind of situation. But these are the lessons you had to learn. I don't know where God's sending you. What God and universe is placing in your head to be able to show you. I'm going to give you a vision of you that only you can see. Now, there's a lot of times you're going to be on a path where you don't even know, why you're going this way. You're just going by, your thoughts, your intuition, universe, collectives, your higher self, your ancestors, God, all your spiritual enforcements is leading you down a lot of ways where people are just like, you really taking a risky chance. And a lot of times when you're taking this risk, and you got to be very discerning about what risk you want to take. If this is a certain thing where you're trying to find an easy way out, and it seems like this is like a perfect opportunity because things are very uncomfortable right here. And God and universe wants you to be able to sit in that uncomfortability, because it'll be in that point where you're going to start doing more and more things that you were scared to do before. Now you're doing it. You're taking a leap of faith, even when you don't know where that leap is going to land you to. Either God's going to catch you, or He's going to teach you how to fly. Or you're starting to lose more and more friends nowadays. And you're just trying to understand, what did I do? Baby, that's not, it's just the fact is that connection has served its purpose. Now it's time for you to bring different things on. You're leveling up, even when it don't feel like you're leveling up, because shit start getting very real. It just feels like the more I heal, the more crazier everything gets around me, because you got to understand, you're disturbing a lot of sleepers. You are being in that point where you are being authentic with yourself and not caring how uncomfortable it makes people feel. Because if you're not doing anything to be disrespectful to nobody, but you have to understand, a lot of people are not knowing their worth. You didn't know your worth at one time. Hell, I say I didn't know my worth at times, because there was just too many things that I was entertaining, too many things I let slide. Too many things I stayed connected to, knowing good and well this is very detrimental to my soul, to my life, where I'm trying to go to. This is going to hold me back. My hold down was like, I got confused with the hold down that was like, basically, this is holding you back. Now, I had to be at that point in my life where I need to start getting selfish. I know I want to be happy. I know I deserve to be around people that they're come up and they want to see me come up too. It's not like, oh, they're the only persons could be happy. They're the only persons that could be successful in anything that they put their mind to, and is only meant for them. No, you want to be around people where they want to be able to collaborate with you. Like, that energy you got is like beautifully intoxicating. We need more people like that in a life where they're showing it's just not all the good times, but also the bad times too. Because it's like a lot of times you get on social media and, we get jealous off of seeing certain things, seeing couples or seeing different people taking these lavish gifts, getting lavish gifts or, blessings left and right, or they doing these, extravagant, vacations and stuff, and it make you feel some kind of way. But and I had to be out, I used to be that. It's like, dang, I worked hard and, I've gone through this and this and that. This was taken from me. This was stolen on me. This was lied on me. This was defaming my character. All these different things. But you just don't realize it's like those dark, tragic moments can end up blossoming something. It's like, I keep hearing this, and I just heard Spirit say that it's like universe is about to make your most ugliest situation be blessed in a beautiful way. You have gone through a lot of people wouldn't have had the courage to deal with. There's so many times I have to be able to, when I see the different things that go on around me, where I see people going out their way to try to hurt me, or try to see, let me see if they still care. Because it's like, when you care about something, it's based on love. It's based on being organic, being authentic, being in truth. It's reciprocated. Not when you're trying to confine somebody to feel like, oh, I got to do this to make them mine. I got to, finesse this to, to get them, it's that, when you got to use something or try to manipulate different things to go in that favor to force it, is not for you. It's not. I say that all the time. I've had different things where people manipulated things just to be able to see me grovel, see me never succeed at anything, do too many different things. But it's just like, these are certain things that I had to be in my mind. This is something you can't take away from me. My talent, who I truly am, who I want to be. A lot of times you don't realize you just staying true to yourself is very intimidating to people, because a lot of times people feel like, I got to play victim, this gets me attention, or I got to be like where I feel like everybody needs to be watching me, this and this and this and that. And it's like people go through drastic things to keep people, closed in, or bring people in. And it's just like, that's too much damn energy for me to have to be fake like that. I'd rather be me, so I can be able to I can have that magnetic pull towards me, that whatever I'm doing in the best way I know I'm having good intentions, I want that to be able to reflect in my life. So it's just a lot of times right now you've probably been in hermit mode, and it just made you reflect off of different things that really took place in your life, or really just changed you. Because it's like, life can really discourage you, or it can empower you. It's just your choice on what you choose to do with it. Because there's a lot of times, you don't realize the worst thing that could have happened to you in life could be that dedication with you saying, I'll never allow this to hurt me again. I will allow myself to see the signs before it gets too late, before I don't get into those things. Be able to live within my beliefs and learn, you're growing and learning every day. You're growing and learning every day, and you're just ready to, allow yourself to really just, you want to grow off of that. You want to be able to have that intention, like, if I didn't go through these different things in life, would I really know my strength if things was really different for me? These are the different things, your hardships, your losses, your setbacks, your delays, your disappointments, your deceit, all these different things created an opportunity for you to be able to use that as that fuel to become a better person. Because a lot of times, when you see stuff like all these crimes and stuff, like these people unaliving folks and stuff like that, they always want to talk about, oh, they had a bad childhood. I had the most messed up childhood I can possibly have. But, there will be so many people I would have had a reason to take out. But it was just like, I couldn't be able to do that. I couldn't be able to do that, but I had to be able to learn. These are the gifts that you needed to have in your life. You needed haters in your life because they think you better at everything. They really do. And it'll be at that point in life, because if they didn't feel like you were that, they wouldn't be trying to make false statements about you, or, have people believe that you're fake at everything that you do. Ain't nothing about that person authentic. It's just something about that person that just, they gotta lie about everything that they're doing. And there'll be those different things. And there'll be at a time where I was at, like, that is very hurtful. Different things will come back to me of where I've heard the lies that came out about me, and it would be hurtful. But now it's at that point in time, because I know the people they're getting it from, they know I don't move that way, and it'll be certain things that I know, you did that, but you want to put my name on it. It's okay. You had to be, I was at that point in time in my life where I always felt like I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be able to see I'm a really good person, not what these people are trying to, force me to be. But now I'm in that vibe now. People ain't, you ain't got to have to force somebody to show that you're true. They're going to be able to feel that with you. Okay? They're going to be able to know that when they're woke, like when you see somebody that's comfortable in ignorance and comfortable in, in illusions and stuff like that, that's going to dismantle them. Just because the fact is they're not used to that type of vibe. And it's like, I've gone through different things in my life where, people thought I was going to always be this way. And it was just like having anger and hate towards, everybody involved in my situation. Now it's just like, you doing the same exact thing that they're doing. Don't do that. Make this something that can make you a better person. This situation either can destroy your whole life. You can allow yourself to be swallowed up in hurt, regret, and anything that you allow to beat you. But it's just the fact is God ain't gonna allow that. He just really gonna give you a hit of reality in the worst way, to just that point where he gonna make you do it. You really don't want him to make you do it. But you're going through all these different things in life where you're feeling like, if I didn't go through these changes, I really wouldn't know who I really was. If I didn't go through these major setbacks, I would never know who was true in my life. This is telling you to alter your circle, filter your circle. It's cleanup time. You a CEO, start demoting people, start firing them. It'll be those different things where you see if it's not adding towards your life. You're starting to pick up more on things now when you're starting to see shade thrown at you. You're allowing yourself to not allow somebody to get a reaction. I used to always have that point where, you come for me and I ain't call for you, you about to really catch it. In any kind of way. Now it's like at this point in life, I'm not going to allow somebody to have that much power over me to where it takes me out of my peace, because I'm not matching that energy. You need to come up to be with me like that. I don't move like that. I just don't move, because it was just like a different things about, throwing rock, hiding the hand. I'm just like that. I tell people, I'm that type of person. I'll be that heifer to just sit up here and through that brick through your windshield and wait for you and tell you the reason why I did it. I don't want you to sit up here and guess, trying to go down the system on who the heck that you made mad, to make them want to do this to your car. No, I'm gonna sit out there, and I want you to be able to know that's coming from me. But it's just like when I've gone through all these different things in life, it shows me how powerful I truly am within myself, within my gifts, within the different things that I'm allowing myself to be authentically me. I'm not watering myself down for nobody. I have to, before I start allowing myself to pour out my cup, I have to start filling my cup and drink out of it too. You gotta be very selective about what cup you pour into, because this could be something that's is trying to drain you. It's just trying to siphon from you, and you're going through all those different things. Like this trauma really changed me. It really strengthened me. I didn't know I would be able to feel the calmness that I have right now, even if my things is not really, I'm not getting all I want right now. But you're having faith in your life when you keep being determined to be persistent into your life. You're going to keep going no matter what's going on, because it would be at this time like, I really had to really sit with myself, because I said, I'm in that vibe where I'm just not trying to talk about the stuff that I went through. I make peace with it, allow God to handle things the way he chooses to handle it, because I'm not trying to handle stuff like that. I end up going to jail, and I'm not, nobody ain't worth the life sentence for that, no, because I'll be in the deepest regret, because I allow emotions do some permanent damage to my life, where it could have been solved just by letting God do what he got to do. Because it's just like, you may be going through some stuff that may feel like it's elongated. It's not fair. You're going through some stuff that you should not be going through. You got people treating you in ways that they know you don't deserve it. But that's coating everybody guilt that did some wrong stuff to you, because they got to keep that persona up. Some people will come into your life and they know that you made a mark in their life. There's never going to be another you. Anybody with energy like that, if they actually be able to come into contact with that after they foobarred you, that'll be a blessing. Because it's just the fact is, because some people can say, how do people like that constantly hurt you? How they get, what's their karma? It's like, number one, I had to learn, stop focusing on what people karma is. It's common. And if it's like that with you and God got it fixed up like that, trust me, you won't see it. There's so many times I see so much karma hitting people. They done the wrong to me. I dare not crack a laugh, because that mess ain't funny to me. I used to laugh at stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie. Especially if it's somebody I know that was trying to come for me like that, coming towards the throat on me like that. And I would be very hateful towards that. So I would be posted up laughing at them. I said, that's what you get. And I said, if it had anything to do with me, it would have been far more worse. But now I'd be just like, you never laugh at somebody's struggle. This is what they were doing to you when they thought it was funny. People were getting over. People feel like they done got away with different things, or they done painted you in the most ugliest picture where you got people don't even want to deal with you anymore. You have to be at that point now into your life. If people don't want to deal with you and they never ask you your side of the story, they were just waiting a reason to be going against you in the first place. Those are not your people. You're going to have people in your life that knows the real you. You're trying to take a chance on life where life is just not agreeing with you. And you already had to know, a lot of time our biggest enemy into our lives on our blockages is ourselves. I had to be at that point in my life, because I said I've seen what family can do. I can see what people that you were dating can do. Either people you done laid up with, had kids, what they can be able to do. But also you can see it yourself too. I ain't pointing fingers at nobody and not pointing them at myself. I had me some bad tactics too. Very toxic. But I normalized that. Now it's just at the point in my life I went through so many changes, and I can really truly appreciate what my tragedy has done to me, what my trauma has done to me, because I did not allow myself for this to swallow me whole. There would be different times when I wanted to give up. There would be different times that I wanted just people just to, let me go ahead and unalive so these people can get what they want and leave me alone. But this is your life. This is something that was dedicated to you. You were entitled to, and people just did what they wanted to it and made sure you didn't get nothing. And it had to be at that point in life where nobody can take anything that God's given to you. Even though it may feel that way, that somebody done stole from you, somebody just ultimate betrayal you. But it's just like the biggest betrayal is they did to themselves. Especially if you were chosen for a purpose and there's outside interference just trying to meddle with that. They're not messing with you, they're messing with God. All God wants you to be able to do is just keep healing, forgiving. There's a lot of things that may have come up, while you're going through all these different changes. Because it's like right now, we're heavy in Kundalini, and we're really heavy in Dark Night of the Soul right now. Very heavy into that. So there's a lot of different low vibrational things that may have happened into your life that you may have forgotten all about. But these are those different things, like times is changing. We need you. You don't know what God has in store for you. All he wants you to be able to do, even in spirit, your higher self, let go of the things that is no longer serving you. Being able to heal from the things that were out of your control. We are not responsible for the pain and the trauma somebody has placed on us, but it's our responsibility to be able to heal from it. And a lot of times it don't feel possible to be able to heal from certain things in life. But I'm here to tell you, it's just, if you've been with me for a while, you have heard me talk about different things that brought me here. I just choose not to go into depth about stuff, because it's like I'm making peace with it. It's just like, a lot of times you don't have control over how things unfold. You have to be able to trust the fact is, if you're moving in good intentions, baby, good is always going to happen for you, regardless of what other people are trying to join in and try to stop what's coming in for you. They can't stop that. Only God can stop that. And you're learning through all these different things while God is sending a reward to you. You're starting to allow yourself to really sit back and be very observant. Just be very observant. When you start taking your power back, nobody can't siphon off of that. Nobody can't get rich off of that. Nobody can't sit up here and pour into somebody else's cup by stealing it from you. And you starting to really see stuff. This is a karmatic time for a lot of different things that's going on in life, because it's like the 21-year review. Like I said earlier, it's like going to be on a lesson recap. What did you put your energy in? Have you been doing good things? Have you been doing selfless things? Have you been doing things from the kindness of your heart and not expecting to get anything back, expecting anything to come back to you? You're just doing that because you already know you're going to stay blessed regardless. God gives you that tool for you to be a tool towards a lot of other people. And it just so happened it can be the certain situations that you were placed in. Like, this is your life purpose. A lot of times we don't realize it'd be the worst setback in life, a worst tragedy we can go through in life. And that could become something as a great asset to you. You may have gone through different things where you see, my family was a lot of abuse going on in life. And it's just like that has been a trademark. Until it had to be at that point until it got to you. Like, you didn't start this, but it's stopping with you. This cannot keep going on in life where we think less of ourselves, or we feel like we have to have a certain money in a bank account for us to be able to do something big, or we got to have this many educations and doctrines and LLCs and license to be able to be like this. If God can give you that vision to say that you can be the next millionaire or gazillionaire in the world just by blessing other people. If God gave you that vision, He don't care about what you got right now or who you connected to. You don't know who He's connecting you to. There's somebody out there that's talking about you somewhere that you ain't even thought about going. It could be in a different daggone state where it's you creating a stir up for you. Like now, you may even feel that heaviness of you being watched heavily. Because you're moving in silence. When you start doing different things, and I was always, when I was growing up, and every time I go through, I get a little tickle. It's like when people know, and I had to stop laughing, but then I was like, sorry, not sorry. But if you at that you in that version of yourself, when you have you got all the leeway to be raging on somebody, just straight telling them, just, kicking them while they down, and you choose to stay silent, or even when some stuff is wrong and the people know it's wrong, you choose to stay silent. That's where your power is really sitting at. Because there's a lot of time I see something, I say I could really say something, but I said, what's the point? Are these people gonna see my side of the story? Are they gonna understand what these things is doing or what they're not doing and how it's affecting me? No, they know exactly what they're doing. And they know exactly what they're trying to get from you. And when you start allowing yourself to know, I'm not taking this personal, this is straight up spiritual. But then to me, it'll be at the same time, it'll be certain situations and certain connections. Hell yeah, it's all the way personal. But this is personal for me to make sure I will never allow this to consume me, connect with me ever in life again. You will never have that kind of access to me in my life. If you got some good energy from me, trust me, you didn't appreciate it, and then you used it against me, oh baby, you'll never feel that again. You will never have that type of access. When you start seeing yourself as a high commodity like that, where you see where your time is very, even though time only exists, it's very precious. You want to be at that point in your life, when you get to that point in your life, where is this going to contribute and add towards where I'm trying to go, or is this just a mere distraction just to see if it's going to take me off of my vibe? Because you already know, it's just like a lot of times your enemies see how blessed you about to be. They smell win on you. They smell success. And that's when stuff start really hitting the fan. Let's start blocking. We got to go talk to that practitioner. We got to do You got to send some kind of distraction their way. They're getting a little bit too comfortable being quiet. They're being a little bit too comfortable with waiting on what God got to do. Waiting a little bit too comfortable. They're coming to us for needs. And it starts getting like that. And you don't realize how intimidating you really are. You know, it really isn't. When stuff feel like it's really hitting a fan for you, it's just like people don't really want you to understand what kind of potential you truly have, because a lot of times that's the reason why you go through hell and high water a lot where people want to downplay every single thing that anybody could have did that. Okay, then why the hell didn't you do it? Okay, I'll wait. You know, be one of those different things. But it's like you giving yourself those tiny victories. You treating yourself. See, hey, you know, even the littlest things. If you went through the whole day we're not even focusing on the past or what everything that's going on around you that you have no kind of control over, and you can go through a whole day and say, you know what, I stayed invested in me today. Even if it was a whole 24 hours, you congratulate yourself, because you know how much stuff you've been going through. That's why a lot of times it's like when God heading you somewhere, Spirit's taking you somewhere that's going to be really beautiful in your life, they will purposely, I know God will purposely allow some stuff to really pop off in your life just to see where's your focus going to be. Where's your focus going to be? Is it going to be on what I promised you, or are you going to be worried about some stuff that you have no control over? You have no control over. These are different things where you know you're loved. You're highly damn protected. You know. And God really showing people you can't mess with that. That I chose that one for that path. You know. And it'll be different people. Like I've said it before. You know, pick me people. You know, I want to do all this. I want to do it. When you, and I'll say that because I know my enemies watch. And it's not like I'm saying something to piss you off, but I already know when I speak truth, it's already going to piss you off anyway. But it's at that point in life where if you got to manipulate things, if you got to keep doing, you know, black magic to try to manipulate things to go like that, baby, it wasn't for you. And that's the main reason why, you know, people are like, I didn't get that. But look at what you're doing to try to maintain that. Are you being anyway authentic? And I mean authentic all the way where you ain't got to have all this extra stuff, that fake stuff that you got to sit up here and prove that you being authentic. No. Are you doing things to where you know if mess goes straight left, it ain't going to put you in a heap of trouble. You know, you going through too many different things to be able to get that. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, yeah, we want to be able to get that quick blessing, that quick money, whatever. But that microwave stuff, it comes in and out. Just pay attention. It comes in and out. If this is something that's only lived shortly, but it'll be at that time where God will want us to go through these trials and tribulations, go through the trenches, get dirty. No, really get dirty. It'll be like, damn, I'm tired. You really know you're tired, but you ain't giving up though, because something in your spirit is not allowing you to do that. Now, even when there'll be days like I've had it, I'm done, and then it was just like, you know what, you just needed to press pause on a minute. Because you just giving up ain't an option. You know, this is your life you talking about. It was like me. People didn't want me living out my destiny. I was like, how do you think I'm about to give up my life so you can live it when you stole it? No, this is not something that was given to you. We all got life lessons. We all got journeys. We don't compare one journey to the next because everybody's journey is different. But when it's stolen, you're going to have hell to pay. You really gonna have hell to pay, because there's a lot of times you go through some stuff and you really be wanting to put some stuff on blast. You really do. I've done it. I've done it before, but this is at that time now. You know, let people's characters speak for themselves. Okay, just stay focused on your goals and where you trying to go to. You know, you ain't got to keep talking about Patty Sue and you know Uncle Earl and them over here. You ain't got to keep doing all that, because if you know you moving with true an intention and you doing things unapologetically, you being you, you're not watering yourself down for nobody, you ain't dimming your light for other people because they ain't feel comfortable, you just showing them step it up. Then if you don't like what I'm doing, stop watching, or you step it up, become a better person. Take this from what I'm going through, and it's not even saying, you know, people are beneath me, but it's just like when people put that type of vibe on you, like, you know, you walking on water, only because they can't swim. You know, I mean, but God gave you that gift to walk on water, and they'll try to find some kind of little low vibrational backstory to try to water your stuff down. Trust me, you are being heard, You are being seen, because it's like a lot of people got the monitoring spirits, and baby, you got them talking. Because when you get quiet, you make a lot of people uncomfortable. The more you heal, it'll be different things. And that's why I was saying earlier, when people know they did something to you and they know and you stay calm, that's the most scariest thing, especially if you did some real tripe stuff. Like, anybody else would have did this, plus you have to understand too, people that do stuff like that to you or whatever, don't try to get them back, because you already know people throw some stuff on you that if it happened to them, they will come unhinged. They couldn't even be able to handle it. People be feeling like they're justified, and I'll tell real quick, and I say that to people. While you're going through that energy of healing, and you got to deal with a lot of toxic people, codependency, you got karmic families, you got karmic spouses, you got karmic baby mama, karmic baby daddy, whatever. Even karmic siblings, karmic children. You're going through all these different things in your life, and it creates better for you. Like, do you want to be like this? It's just like when I look at my situation, there's a lot of people tied into this stuff that's old enough to know better. Like, you too old to be doing stuff like that. Like, these are supposed to be the years that you're supposed to be on somebody's, island. Not stolen, but something that you earned. It was something that you earned. This is something that you were gifted. Not stealing, but just gifted. And you should be there, maxing, relaxing. Taking time off just to be able to reminisce on all the hard times, the good times I got to the point I am where I am right now. You going through different things where it's just like the lick backs is coming back without you even doing anything. Just you staying focused on your life is dismantling a lot of things that are not on solid foundation. You healing, you're forgiving. Even when people are not coming to you and say, I'm personally sorry for all the hurt and pain I put you through, because I know I was wrong. I didn't, but it was just me moving from ego, or moving, at a low vibration, because that's what I'm used to. Now you come to that point where you no longer allow that to be used to. If that respect is not respected, that's closure. A lot of times we had that thing where it's unfinished business. It was finished when they did what they did. It was finished when you did what you did. Now it's time to move on and go on to something bigger and better. You're already on this stuff. But you're allowing yourself, even with the repetitive cycles. It'll be a lot of times where we keep going through that. A lot of times we can go through that subconsciously or unsubconsciously. Some people are comfortable with being in repetitive cycles because it's predictable. But it'll be those things. It's like when you the repetitive cycle, it's like a hamster wheel. You ain't going nowhere. You just run around in the same circle, and you be wondering why things are not coming good. Things are getting worse. All these different things. It was just like there are certain people that can be in this life and just be here and not, just do anything but just be here. But they'll be like us. You that's not your purpose here. You can't sit here and not do nothing. You had to go through trials and tribulations and setbacks. You had to go through the worst kind of battle within yourself, because a lot of times we be thinking it's for everybody else. No, this is the battle with yourself, because it's like that old self, like, hold up, wait a minute, sus, bruh, whatever, wait a minute, we've been together for years. And it'll be just like, look, we've been together for years, being in this vibe, being in this frequency, being in this belief, being in this illusion is taxing me. I want bigger things in my life. I'm getting visions of better things going on in my life. If I take action, if I be a risk taker, if I hold on to faith and leaping out and not knowing if this is going to turn out good or bad, but it's just me at that point in my life where I'm willing to risk taking that chance to create something better. You ain't going to be able to find those different things, if we keep attaching to those different things in our lives that we, I need, it's just like a lesson. It's like that song by, what's the name, Madonna, the power of saying goodbye. These are lessons you had to learn. These are different things you had to overcome, knowing you need to know your worth. It's not your job to heal people. You can give guidance and you can lead them towards the way, but that's up for them to want to take that empath. There are certain people that are in life that don't want to change. They feel like they're too old to change, and I know everything, so I don't need to change. Even when everything in their life is telling them, change, let go, heal, be honest, be true. There'll be different times where I had to go back and say, you know what, I really hurt your feelings. Now, I apologize about that. I don't want nobody to have, me being authentic, but at the same time, I don't want somebody to have an energy of a negative thought about me on that. But if it's at that point where you have that negative thought about me because you couldn't get over on me, or I wouldn't allow you to manipulate me, now that I don't care about. But I know I'm not that type of person to purposely and go and try to con somebody, or purposely try to manipulate somebody, or trying to have attention, playing a victim role. I just don't have time for that. I've been there. I've done that, but now it's like you're starting to learn from even the repetitive things you're going through, because a lot of times we will stay in that repetitive mode because we're scared. We don't know what's around that corner. But these are those times where God is telling you, you need to take that chance. I gave you a purpose, and you need to use that in your due diligence. You need to really flow through that. And these are different things where you go through, where you had a setback, but then you came back in some kind of way. You don't know what kind of tool of experience that somebody truly need to hear at that time for you to really understand. I went through these trials and tribulations to make me a better person. A lot of times, like I say, your situation can either destroy you and eat you up, and that'll be always the constant excuse that you're using because you had a hardship in life on the reason why you keep on having F-ups, and you're purposely doing F-ups because you don't want to. You can't keep using that as an excuse. You're a grown-ass person. There's some people will use that until the wheels fall off on being, why I'm toxic, why I don't want to heal, why I don't want to change, why I don't want to be showing my real self. I got trust issues, I got this. You can have trust issues, but be yourself. I'm just very picky about certain energies around me. I've seen the depths of desperation people will do. I still see the desperation people will do, to get to me or try to block me or try to do that. But now it's at that point where, go ahead and do whatever black magic, do whatever you feel like you're doing. But let me go ahead and stay focused on this importance, because you already know it's just like things are not working on you like it used to anymore. You're starting to see how, you went through things, and you're seeing, okay, that was my bad. Damn. There was a certain thing I reacted hastily to it, or I didn't have faith in what God had for me, so I went ahead and maneuvered and did something anyway, and then got just because I didn't want to wait. You're going through all these different things, and it's like, be proud of yourself. Even if it don't feel like you are really changing. And a lot of times we go through stuff on a day-to-day basis, and a lot of times when you working hard and you just tired of being in that rut, or you just tired of being in certain surroundings, if God gives you that blessing to be able to do it on your own, or you able to have somebody in your life that is really going to help you, that wants to see you grow, they see that potential in you, so they're like, what, I see you going through this, that, and the third, and me and you been tight, come on, I'm gonna help you get out of this situation. But there's a lot of times where you got to sit dead in your situation. Like, you can't be saved from this. The only person that's gonna save you is save yourself. You don't know what your ancestors, your spiritual reinforcements, you don't know what they've been protecting you from. Because there'll be those different times where I get mine from spirit. Like, do you really know how much stuff is going on, and where people are throwing on your person, throwing on your destiny, your love life, your money? Do you know what things are happening right now where you are really intimidating people? Because it's like you becoming very unbothered. I used to worry about stuff like that. These people putting black magic on me, putting death and despair on me, trying to make me have a unalive moment to do with myself. You want to make sure everybody sees I'm alive. You want to be able to get over on this without getting locked up. All these different things that people were doing, and I just have to just stay focused on myself. Because if you don't, you're there for your purpose. You're going to have different things that's going to connect from you. But if it connects to you in a negative way, it had a lesson to it. But they're telling you, don't look at it as negative, even when it is something negative. This is something you either need to learn about yourself. The connection that you have with, whether if it's a person or a situation, is some kind of tool that you're taking from every connection and every experience you're going through. But it's up to you to be able to use that. It's like a scavenger hunt. That's why I feel like when it goes to, when we're going through these constant spiritual awakenings, you're going through a scavenger hunt to create the best version of yourself. And a lot of times when you're going through that, trying to find the best version of yourself, you're going to have to go and really get dirty. You're going to have to really meet up with people that are very karmic, but you're also going to meet some people that are very loving. You're going to have people that see that opportunity in you, and just like if they get to that point where it's the right person to hear them, this person going to have a glow up, or it'll be a certain thing that they put out and they believed in themselves and they never thought anything was going to come from that and it's going to blow up. You know, it's going to be certain things like that. And you're going to look back at this time into your life and be so grateful for the setbacks. You may not feel it now, you know, because you're probably still going through a lot of things. You may be living through your emotions right now, and that's okay. A lot of times you have to go out. When I go in my hermit mode, I've been going through a lot of stuff and been changing and healing from a lot of different things. And, you know, it allowed me to really see the bigger picture of this. If I never seen this coming from a different person, would I have known what to look for in myself? You're healing you. You know, it could be a whole fleet of your whole family trying to take you out. But it will be just like, it's not about them. This is about you. What you can do, what you can't do, what you're overcoming, what you're empowering. They weren't picked to be that generational curse breaker. They weren't picked to be that 1,040, you know, what is that, 104 to 1,000, or a gatekeeper, or this. You had to go through the trials and tribulations just to find the authentic part of yourself that you have never been, well, in this lifetime. It's like you connected highly with it when you were in spirit, but when you came down here to learn your little lessons and, you know, be able to change the world and whatever we're about to do, you had to go through these experiences in life. You know, you had to go through some really dark things in your life to be able to understand, where you can understand why you can see a lot of different things where people go off doing postal stuff. And I'll just leave it at that. You know. You don't really had a bum, like you were really handed a jacked up hand when they placed you here. But instead of you using that as an excuse for you to go around here, you know, wreaking havoc on everybody, you wanted to be able to learn, how can I be able to heal from this? How am I going to be able to be right again? How can I be happy? You know, and a lot of times it's sad to say, you know what, it's being in 3D. We feel like money, fancy cars, women, men, you know, being seen, being worshipped. No, it's just about you becoming. This is not about you becoming somebody else. This is about you becoming who you truly are. That's always been in there waiting for you to become true to yourself. And we had to go through that. And we find that through those tragedies. And a lot of times, you know, you'll hear people say the hurtful things you go through in life gives you the most wisdom from the people that hurt you that swear they never would. You know, or you've been betrayed in an open way that people said they would never do. You know, you going through some stuff that you hear on a Lifetime movie network or Crime Daily. You know, going through some stuff like that. And then when you can be able to know you are protected from any kind of things, you know, if God says he's protected you, there's a lot of times where, you know, we think, and it's like, but there's people that was doing a good cause and they're not here no more. There'll be a lot of times where that mess was intercepted, and trust and believe me, if they were taken out before their purpose, they coming back. They coming back, because it was just like, you know, the devil busy right now. But we at that point in life right now, we need to stop giving that MF for something to do. You know, this to be on your time where you can sit up here and see them hardships and make it out of a blessing in some kind of way if you're that determined. But these are the different things that, you know, I've been really, you know, just thinking about. I haven't did a video, and I haven't did a video this long in my life, in a minute. I say in my life, let me stop lying, in a minute. But it was just something I was guided to do. You know, you're going through a lot of different things. Like I said, I'm not trying to go into depth about that, because it's like I'm trying to make peace with it. I ain't trying to dig up that energy again. But if it's just to be able to help somebody, just to know you can go through the worst things of the worst. You can be at this point in life where it can be very hard for you. You know, with me, I don't have family that is helping me through the devastation that been placed on me. I don't have my children that I can fall back on. Like, you know, when they needed me, I don't have that same kind of energy that's reciprocated. So I had to, you know, block that off. I had to cut ties with that until God seen fit. You know, I don't have any family that really helped me through that. It's through my soul tribe, the people that I connect with here. Or it's just me doing it on my own. You know, even though I'm not doing it on my own, I'm doing it on my own. And a lot of times it will be at that life where, you know, God is putting you in solitude, not isolation, but solitude. You know, a lot of time I go through isolation. I ain't even gonna lie, because it'll be peoply. And you know, it's like there's too many people right now, and it's just too many energies. I'm trying to, you know, straighten up mine. I'm trying to recalibrate myself. I just can't. But it's just like the more and more you start seeing that, you know, these are the certain situations that really would have pissed me off at one time, or you know, this person did that. And that would have really made me, you know, start popping off. And you start noticing things, and it's just like, but I'm on a different vibe now. Is this contributing to where I'm trying to go? Is this making me a better version of myself? Because now you're starting to think more logically than trying to do stuff in your emotions. Because a lot of times we make really bad mistakes when we're in our emotions, or you ain't in that vibe to be going tit for tat. I used to be that way. Now it's just like, I'm gonna just let karma, God deal with you. I'm just more too focused on my growth and my healing, because I know if I go back, I ain't got no hell money. And this is what people try to put me in a position to do. But I'm just let karma and God whip your ass. You know, I'll stay right there, be looking for the karmic smackdown when God's leading me to it. But my focus it ain't my focus on that karma, because that's going to happen, whatever it's going to happen. But I'm more focused on that situation, on trying to make me a better person. You know, if you're moving in good intent and you're trying to grow, you want to be able to help others to be able to help themselves. You know, being able to, you know, talk about the different things that you went through in life and see how that really changed you for a better, or even if it just took you into a bad path at that time. You know, sometimes we have to go through the darkness to be able to find the light that's within us the whole time. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel. You are the light in the tunnel. You are the light. You are the tunnel. You know, it's always been there. We just had to go through different changes and different reflections to ascend, to be able to recognize that within ourselves. That you are so valuable. You're very rare. You're very unique. I don't give a damn who tells you that you're not needed or you're not loved. You are very loved. You know, it's just a lot of times when we're asking certain people to love is the wrong people. You can't expect somebody to love you that don't love yourself. You got to place that within yourself. And it's like when you start loving yourself very deeply, that's what you're going to start. It's like anything that's not authentic or is on that frequency with you is going to automatically fall off. Even when you want it to, and if you hold on to it, it's just that situation is going to get worse, because it's just the fact is that time has already been served with that moment, with that experience, with that person. Now it's time to move on different things. You have moved on to different things. You know, there are certain people that are growing. There are certain people that you left them where they were at, and they were comfortable with being there. But this is at that point where you're having to get uncomfortable. Be comfortable in having comfortability, being uncomfortable doing things that you normally wouldn't do. You know, that scares you to do things that then when after you do it, you feel better. You know, because it'll be just different things. I don't want to talk about this mess no more. You know, but it'll be just like, you know, just being able to show the different perspective after you done went through something so tragic in life. Because it's like, shoot, I ain't trying to bring up what I went through and all the things I went through. Because I feel like, you know, if you really want to know, just watch the beginning of my videos, watch my outro. You know, you'll be able to find out a lot of things that I went through that brought me into this very place where I feel so blessed. You know, even when I go through the different things that I go through, you know, on days or weeks or whatever, I know this is trusting me in the fact that life won't always be this way. Even though it feel like stuff will never end, life will not always be this way. You know, if you miss it, you know, you're moving in pure intent and you're doing the best that you can. You know, you don't know what universe and God and your ancestors are putting in store for you. They're celebrating you before you even celebrate yourself, because they know you are dealing with a lot of things that many wouldn't survive. And you really have to know that. I mean, you know what you've been through in life where it really hit you. And anybody will probably know your experience will look at you like, nah, this ain't happened. This is just too, you know, I have people in my family don't even believe what I went through. And I'm just like, if you only knew. And it even took me a minute to figure it out, because I was a kid at the time. And, you know, just stuff started coming out and it started making a lot more sense. It brought light to a lot of things that was going on that I shouldn't have known, or different things that was just placed in my face, you know, and you just weren't realizing it. You know, you want through the different stuff that you go through to help you grow, become a better person. Everything you go through is not in vain. You know, a lot of times we be thinking, you know, God forgot us. You keep on seeing everybody getting blessed, even look like the enemies is winning. It'll be everything ain't what it seems. Everything ain't what it seems. You have to just keep going for yours. You have to not give up. Be persistent. If you need to take a break, you take a break. But you bounce back. Okay, you don't never let anybody else want to sleep on your energy. You don't sleep on your energy, okay? But I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. Like I said, I've really just been laying back, you know, and reflecting. So it's just like when I'm guided to talk about certain things, I'll just go ahead and try to talk about it the best way I know how. But, you know, hopefully, you know, you hearing this brought you some kind of, you know, confirmation. You know, you're going through things. Tough times ain't gonna always be hard. You know, you know your truth. You know what you have done. You know what you haven't done. You're still releasing. You're still forgiving yourself, forgiving your enemies for everything that they have done to you. You know, anything you've done to yourself. If you know a lot of things has taken place in your life where, I mean, you're not proud of, but it taught you to not do that again, or go a different route about doing different things. I mean, baby, that's a blessing right there, because it allowed you to be able to experience that and you learn the lessons so you can move on to make better choices. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. Thank you for all the love and support y'all constantly give me. You know, I'm sending so much prayers and love towards everyone. You know, whatever you're struggling to go through to get to, you know, just keep going. You know, allow you, even though you're exhausted and you're tired and you just feel tapped out, you take that break and you rest, but don't rest on overcoming things. A lot of times we don't realize these are like the hugest blessings. You know, because it's like the scariest thing when you're forgiving people, because it's like you feel like that you're condoning what they did. No, this is giving you peace. You know, this is giving you the peace you deserve, even when you didn't get the specific sorry that you truly deserve. You know, but you just go ahead. Hey, I didn't get that sorry. So I got, but you know, the situations I went through really made me a better person. So actually, I'm grateful they did that. You know, you had to go through different things till you see this is filtering out your circle. These are different people where you could have had a whole, you know, plethora of people you hung around. But you had to go through something and you start seeing people fall down like, you know, like roaches when the lights come on. Just people just dropping out your life, left, right. And then when you needed something, you know, then, you know, you had to be able to see who was really there for you. What kind of organic will you have with your relationship with these people and this connection, no matter who they are these connections healthy? Are these something that make you glow, or is this something that make you drain? It makes you really be pessimistic about what life can really bring to your life. Are they cheering you on? Is it a real cheer, or are they praying for your downfall? You know, your ill wills. You being able to learn all these things and allow that to grow you. Give you growth. That's what I meant to say. Don't allow it to deter you. Don't allow it to play backstage to your life while other people are trying to drive that. You know, there's a lot of time people drop out your life because you're the captain of that ship, but they want to be able to steer it in the directions they want it to go. Especially if they know they can benefit off of it. They want to be able to be a part of that and overtake that. But if these people aren't there for you, it's okay, because those were not your people. They were your people for a certain time, for that certain frequency. Now, since you have rose above that, you want to start, you want to start having different people come in as blessings that's going to have nothing but pure intentions for you. They're going to see your potential. They're going to want to be able to connect with that and be able to take you to that next chapter. And those are your people. So I hope you were able to, you enjoyed this video. And much love to everybody. And, you know, be kind to others. You never know, with your words, frequencies, or just saying a prayer for somebody or saying something good to uplift them. You never know how that can really take them a long way. And just because you're doing that from love from your heart and not looking for anything in return is where the real blessings come in at. So, namaste. I say shalom. God bless. Peace. And you'll see me on my next video. Much love.